Catherine Barger announcing a partnership with Airbnb so they can provide some frontline workers a place to stay so that many of them are concerned about taking the virus back home to their families. You heard the numbers there of how many people who are healthcare workers who have tested positive for COVID. So that kind of puts that into perspective, that Airbnb partnership. 654 confirmed cases of positive COVID-19 among healthcare workers, frontline workers, and 5 deaths. So 38% of them are nurses, 6% doctors, 4% administrators. So really, it's everyone that's in the healthcare profession. They're trying to find a way to eliminate the risk as they take cases home. We also now have learned that 3,014 people have been hospitalized at some point with COVID. That's 26% of all the positive cases. But again, as we look at capacity, that has been forefront for so many people regarding this, how many hospital beds are available, and that is 1,587 people are currently in the hospital with COVID-19. 33% are in ICU. And again, sadly, we are now at 495 deaths across LA County with 40 new cases reported, 40 new deaths reported overnight. 28 of those people are over the age of 65. And sadly, that mortality rate is now at 4.3%. We're going to have about 15 minutes of news here, so we want to get you started with a look at our local case count, which I just briefly mentioned. The total number is 11,391 cases, 495 deaths, as I mentioned. In Orange County, we're now at 1,500 cases, roughly. Those new numbers will be coming in as well. 1,501 with 28 deaths. In Riverside County, it's 2,264, 59 deaths. In San Bernardino County, 1,032 cases, 47 deaths. In Ventura County, 384 cases and 13 deaths. We never want to make those deaths just a number. That is a family that is affected, and our thoughts and prayers are with you all. Nurses at 3 Southland hospitals are protesting today, demanding protective equipment as they treat COVID-19 patients. Eyewitness News reporter Mark Cota-Robles has the details from St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica.
Several nurses told me that this type of basic surgical mask is what they were given while caring for COVID-19 patients. While they are passionate about their work, they said this is not enough to protect their own health and safety. A passionate protest outside Santa Monica's St. John's Health Center this morning following the paid suspension of 10 frontline employees.
The patients were coughing directly in our face.
We spoke to several of the nurses involved, including Jack Klein.
We told them we wouldn't go back into those rooms unless we had an N95 respirator. They kept asking us, "Are you refusing your assignment?" We said, "No, we're not refusing our assignment, but we are refusing to go into that room without a mask."
The hospital needs to err on the side of caution.
Since the suspensions, the nurses say Providence is starting to do the right thing by providing appropriate personal protective equipment, but they feel it's a little too late.
And I'm also a nurse that has tested positive for COVID.
Nurse Angela Gatdula spoke to us from home.
I believe that I contracted COVID while I was at work because we did not have enough protection.
Her symptoms ranging from a dry cough to severe body aches.
They had given us a surgical mask only, and they told us this is the only protection you need.
Now the others have serious concerns.
I'm worried, potentially every day that my body may start exhibiting some new symptoms that I wasn't experiencing.
If the nurses aren't safe, then the patients aren't safe.
And now they're all wondering who will care for them when the expected surge hits their hospital.
All of the nurses behind you, myself included, we just want to take care of patients.
The hospital will not comment on the ongoing HR investigation, but they did tell us nurses currently caring for COVID patients are receiving proper masks. Reporting in Santa Monica, Mark Cota-Robles, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
A massive food distribution this morning to feed thousands in South LA. The mobile food pantry was put on by the LA County Federation of Labor and the LA Regional Food Bank. While this food drive was focused on union members, the distribution also opened to serve other members of the community. Food drive organizers say their resources anticipate helping around 10,000 people impacted by COVID-19. Antibody research indicates coronavirus may be far more widespread than known. The first large-scale community test of 3,300 people in Santa Clara County found that 2.5 to 4.2% of the people tested were positive for antibodies, a number suggesting a far higher past infection rate than the official count. You heard LA County officials commenting on that. Based on the initial data, researchers estimate the range of people who may have had the virus to be between 48 to 81,000 in the county of 2 million. That's opposed to the approximately 1,000 in the county's official tally of the time the samples were taken. A new ABC poll shows 31% of people who say their daily routine has been impacted by the pandemic believe a return to normal won't come until at least June 1st. That number is down from 44% 2 weeks ago as the number of people filing for unemployment skyrockets. President Trump outlined new federal guidelines for opening the country that will ultimately put the decision with the governor's office. ABC's Inez de la Catera is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, growing frustration around the country.
I'd rather die of COVID than live in this.
In Virginia, some desperate to get back to work. In Alabama, some businesses planning to defy stay-at-home orders and reopen today.
I'm fully aware of the risks that I'm taking.
President Trump making it clear it'll be up to the governors to decide when to lift restrictions.
It also depends on the governors what they want to do.
But unveiling new recommendations for states to open up America again in 3 phases. States would enter phase 1 after they see a 2-week decline in the number of people with COVID symptoms and in the percentage of people testing positive for the virus. People would still be advised to maintain social distancing and avoid socializing in groups of more than 10, but businesses could look for ways to slowly return to work. States could then move to phase 2, during which restaurants, movie theaters, and bars could reopen with social distancing protocols. And in phase 3, unrestricted staffing at job sites. New York, Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C. all extending their shutdowns until at least May 15th. But President Trump hopeful some states could reopen before the end of the month.
I think 29 states are in that ball game.
Michigan's governor on GMA cautiously optimistic.
But the fact of the matter is, it's better to be 6 feet apart right now than 6 feet under it.
Governors, health officials, and business leaders all agree the key here will be testing, especially as there is some concern among researchers that people with COVID-19 could be most infectious when they are asymptomatic. Inez de la Catera, ABC News, Washington.
President Trump's former personal attorney, Michael Cohen, will be released early from prison due to the coronavirus outbreak. Cohen is serving a 3-year sentence at a federal prison in New York where 14 inmates and 7 staff members tested positive for the virus. Though not scheduled for release until November of 2021, he will be allowed to serve the remainder of his sentence under home confinement. Cohen must undergo a 14-day quarantine before he's released. So Wall Street stopped trading about an hour ago, and look at the rally the day ended with. Up 704 points to 24,242, almost 3% into positive territory after a day spent all above in the green. This is coming despite a report showing China's economy had its worst quarter since 1979. It's good to end the week on an up note, but don't forget it has been an incredibly volatile week on Wall Street. Mother's Nutritional Center offering an alternative shopping for families hunting for essential items. The company provides food voucher shopping for WIC and SNAP participants at centers throughout LA and surrounding counties. Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez brings us a closer look.
With stay-at-home orders, layoffs, and reduced work hours due to the coronavirus pandemic, food insecurity is on the rise. Since late March, the Office of Riverside County's Women, Infants, and Children program known as WIC has added new clients.
We have seen a lot of requests come through our website and through the phone system.
The WIC program helps to supplement groceries for families who are pregnant or have children under the age of 5 and meet certain income requirements. Families can qualify by filling out online applications.
COVID, we're a little different. Our doors are closed to the public, but staff are doing phone appointments. So instead of being face-to-face, you would be doing your appointment over the phone.
One of the differences with applying for WIC online has to do with how soon you'll be able to get your card. Instead of getting it the same day to do your grocery shopping, you now have to wait to get it in the mail before you can.
Mother's Nutritional Center is one of several grocery options that specializes in WIC-approved foods.
We're open to everyone who's on EBT, anyone who just needs the essential groceries. We have all of that as well.
Daryl Pope stopped in to stock up on his family needs. He says the program has been especially helpful after his work hours were reduced.
For one, I know what my baby needs that they have, which is milk, eggs, fruit. They never really go out of things like that, so I know if I come here, for sure I'll get what I need.
It's also where Janelle Harris feels she can safely and quickly stop in after working her shift.
No long lines that I have to wait in, especially with the COVID virus going on. So it's very convenient for me to get my stuff and go.
To learn more about the WIC program or Mother's Nutritional Centers, you can log on to our website at abc7.com. Leticia Juarez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Now we know COVID-19 is contagious. Droplets from coughing, sneezing, even talking can spread the virus. But take a look at this. This laser light scattering experiment shows evidence of the spread. Take a look at the left side of your screen. That's what happens when you don't have a mask. You can see when someone's talking, tiny droplets of fluid from their mouth will scatter into the air. The particles vary in size. The larger particles fall quickly to the ground, but those smaller droplets linger in the air.
So even just quieter talking or breathing can generate tinier aerosol droplets. All of these are capable of carrying a virus. What we do not know is exactly what proportion of the virus rides out and infects others from what size droplets. All are capable.
Now this video shows the benefits of wearing a mask. When the person is talking and wearing the mask, you hardly see any droplets escape. A 99-year-old military veteran has completed his quest to walk 100 laps around his garden and in the process raise funds for the UK's National Health Service. Lapping his 82-foot garden using a walker, Captain Tom Moore has raised $22 million. That money will now support healthcare workers during the pandemic. The challenge took a little more than a week, and as he reached his goal, Moore shuffled through a guard of honor from the 1st Battalion of the Yorkshire Regiment.
Everything you can say good about them, I can say about the National Health Service. All those nice nurses and the doctors and all the backup people, they've done so well for me and they're doing so well for everybody else.
Captain Moore had a modest goal of raising £1,000. That comes out to about $1,250. But his simple act captivated the nation in their time of crisis, along with the world, and celebrities, fellow veterans, healthcare workers, many others rallied behind that World War II veteran. Prince William even called Moore an absolute legend. He certainly is now. The coronavirus emergency has also hit the class of 2020 especially hard, but one Fountain Valley High School senior found a creative way to bring her quarantined friends together. Sydney Gill got 25 customized signs. She placed one in her yard and then passed out the other 24 to her classmates. She attached a note and a cookie to the back of each, helping brighten the days for teens who've had traditional events like prom night and graduation taken away.
Because we're not in this alone, like the sign says. And just remember, like, everyone's going through it.
It just made me feel even more connected with, like, my whole school and the seniors, and it just really felt like, yeah, we are all in this together.
The school district says it's working on alternative ways to celebrate this year's accomplishments. The superintendent hopes the class of 2020 will be remembered for placing family and others first. Trail Life USA is encouraging families to take part in the first ever National Backyard Campout tonight. The organization, which has more than 30,000 members across the country, hopes the event will provide a break from COVID-19 anxiety. Organizers are providing a live webcast of the campout. They'll include story readings. Trail Life USA has posted suggestions for games, activities, outdoor cooking recipes on its website. You can find that website at traillifeusa.com. Given that we're going to have some cloudy skies and maybe even a little drizzle, I'm going to suggest maybe you camp out in the living room. Build a tent under some blankets or something, extra pillows.